Now going to be joined by Justin. First, we're going to start with Anthony Dasher and then Mike Griffith.
Hey, Justin, good to see you tonight. In what ways has the last two games, I don't know, enabled the team to maybe kind of take a collective breath, just from the standpoint of playing more relaxed than maybe y'all were earlier on?
Yeah, I think we had to take that huge breath. We had to settle down, and I think these last two games, we may not have shot the ball well, but we've moved the ball a lot more. We've played a team game, and I think the games that we've lost, we didn't play a team game, but I think defensively and offensively, we kind of had some individualism, and we know we can compete with anybody when we play as a team and we play the right way and we lock in on defense. And like as you've seen the last two games, we might not have shot the ball well, but our defense was on point, and we try to do that. We're going to try to continue to stay focused on the defensive game plan, because you never know how good you're going to shoot every single night, but that defense you can control every single night. So that's what we've been trying to do, is just to mature on that side of things. That rough start kind of hurt us a little bit, so we're just trying to pick that up.
Thank you.
Hey, Justin, I know you guys won't play Kentucky again this year, so I think you're free to answer this one. Cal, after the game, said that they basically just threw you guys the ball 20 times. As a guy that makes these steals, that makes these plays, do you take a little offense to that? Because it looks like there's a little artwork and preparation that goes into your steals to me.
I mean, I won't comment on what he said, but I do think we scouted pretty well. I think the plays that they were running, we kind of knew, and that's just basketball. We go through film and scout and things like that, and just with stealing the ball, it's just anticipation. So, there was just, I don't know. I just that's how I've always played. I've always anticipated being aggressive on the defensive end. And last night, it just helped us. So no, I just think we locked in on the defensive game plan, and I think that's why we got it done.
Quick follow, if I may. When you get a steal, I've seen you lay it in at times, but then I've also seen you dunk it. How much of that adrenaline comes from just knowing somebody you got in your hip? I mean, could you dunk it every time, or is that just kind of a when it's necessary kind of move for you?
Yes, sir. I think it just feels how I'm feeling on the court. With my laying the other day, it's just if we have a crucial stop, or we need a crucial stop, and we're down, or I'll lay the ball in just to make sure we get that bucket. I don't want any mess-ups of me missing a dunk or any stuff like that. But also, when you see a defender near you, a lot of these guys in SEC are very athletic. So that just means, I have to finish this play. And, say we lose by, 1 or 2, those are crucial plays, if you end up missing those layups. So I just do what I got to do to make that play. No, I don't like question, I'm going to dunk it or not. If I see a guy, I'll try to elevate as much as I can, dunk it, yes. But it just depends kind of what's going on.
Okay, let's have Davis Baker and then Mark Weiser.
Hey, Justin, I asked Coach the same thing, but it seems like this year you, PJ, and Andrew Garcia have all just had some great success. At times, you've all been the best player on the court. What is it about Georgia that's allowed you guys all to be so successful this year as grad transfers?
I think it's our maturity and our willingness to want to win. We come from, how PJ is probably the most winningest player on this team, coming from, Buzz Williams and Virginia Tech. But also, me and Andrew come from, being the best player at our former school. Maybe not won as many games as PJ has, but, we know what it takes to win. And I feel like that's just kind of the maturity of us three. We know this could be our last year. You never know what's going on. This could be our last year, and we're going to fight every single night to improve and to represent Georgia. And I think Coach Crean has done a great job, and the whole coaching staff, but Coach Crean, Coach McClain have done a great job of just, letting us know, like, we never need to step our foot off the gas, and there's going to be guys who do. And I was in that position when I was a freshman, sophomore, and everybody in college basketball, so like, just being a graduate student, I just feel like it's that maturity level. If you come out, you can't really have bad games. And if you do, you still have to impact the team. If you have a bad game offensively, you got to impact the team defensively. So, that's just kind of what we're focused on. It's just winning and doing what we need to do to fulfill, what we want to do this season.
Justin, you said that anticipation is kind of a key factor for these steals. Are you better at anticipating to make those steals than you were earlier in your career? And is there anyone like an NBA player that you kind of grew up liking in that regard in terms of a guy that stole a lot of passes?
I've always been pretty good at reading passes. Just when a defender or when either with the scout and we watch film. I watch a lot of film. So with me watching film, I'll sometimes see the play before it even happens. I'll see, I see what play they're running and I'll know what's going on. I don't always like to jump the gap just because if I do miss the pass, that puts my team at a disadvantage. So I do try to pick, the ones I know I'm going to get. But yeah, it's just studying the game. It's studying the game, studying other teams. I've always been pretty good at that. And I've been, watching film since I was in high school. So when you watch that much film and we do as a team as well, and we go through the plays physically, I kind of just can know which ones I can maybe get. But I don't always go for it. I don't always go for it just because I don't want to put, if I do end up missing it, that puts my team in a bad position, and that's selfish of me. So no, I don't always know, but I just feel like if you're aggressive and you study the game mentally, it makes the physical part 10 times better and 10 times easier. So.
Okay, and let's finish up with Griffin Callahan and then Jed May.
Hey, Justin. What have these last two games done for your confidence in your team? There were two very different games. They both ended with wins.
It just shows that when we play the right way, we know we can compete with anybody. And I think guys are eager and hungry to continue to do that. And I know coach is, and I know our staff is, but I think guys know what we have to do to win. And we've lost, the first four, and it kind of, was the knockout punch for us. But now we're back up and we're fighting. So we got to continue to fight every single night from now on, because we dug a big hole at the first four games. So I think it's just, the grit and grind and guys that we want to win. It's not about, individualism and all that kind of stuff. We want to win as a team. We want to, and we see how much fun we have, and we see how much, how good the vibe is when we are winning, and even if, we play hard and the outcome doesn't, isn't what we want, we know when we play hard and when we don't. And some games that we have lost, we've known, like, it just doesn't feel the same, but like, y'all seen the game at LSU when we played really, really hard and lost at the end. We knew we competed. And that's the difference between losing a game like that and then losing a game where, you could have controlled it and it just got out of hand.
Hey, Justin, sort of on that similar topic of what has allowed you grad transfers to succeed, how much has it helped living with Andrew Garcia and Severe Wheeler, especially living with Severe, a guy who's spent a year in Coach Crean's system and everything like that? And also just off the court, what are those guys like as roommates?
Yeah, we're best friends. Me and Severe are really goofy together, sometimes too goofy. And he brings the kid side out of me just because, he's also a sophomore and the spot, other than how mature he is on the court, which he is, he's very mature on the court. We have our fun. We have our fun and we joke around a lot. And then Andrew, he's just in the mix with that as well. So we're all best buds. We're all best friends. And I think that carries over to the court. And we know, I think obviously PJ, but, I think we know that switch, that on and off switch on, when you can have fun and then when it's time to lock in. And I think, with these two being my roommates and, us living together, hanging out all the time, we realized that really quickly before the season even started, that, like, we're all mature and we all watch the games together and watch film together and stuff like that. But we know when it's time to lock in and all the goofy stuff goes away. So that's just the best thing about that, is how you can have best of both worlds with them two, just, having fun, off the court. And then when we get on the court, taking it serious and improving this season.
Thanks.
All right, thanks so much, Justin.
Thank you, guys.